Hi, this is Teddy Burris, your LinkedIn coach trainer. My focus is helping business professionals master LinkedIn based on their purpose and their goal. Today, I want to give you some high-level ideas regarding how to engage on LinkedIn. Now, engaging is about commenting, sharing, liking, messaging, mentioning. It's basically about getting involved in conversations on LinkedIn. And so I'm going to show you a group of ways that you can engage on LinkedIn that can get you value. And the value that engaging on LinkedIn can provide for you is it can develop your reputation as the professional you are in your industry. Now, what's really important is that when you're trying to build a reputation, build a personal and a professional brand on LinkedIn, you have to very clearly know that there is content that you never touch, you never engage on, you never like, comment, or share. And then there's the other content. And the content that you will never get involved in is content that is derogatory, contradictory to your brand. Sometimes that content falls into the realm of 4 different areas: political, religious, crazy, and controversial. Stay away from content that is totally irrelevant to who you are and what you do. Now let's talk about the first area of LinkedIn that you can engage on to help you build your reputation, your professional brand. The first area is the LinkedIn newsfeed. So here's the newsfeed. If I click on the blue IN or click on home, it brings me to the home page of LinkedIn. And on the home page of LinkedIn is the content that is shared by your network, shared by the companies you follow, as well as some sponsored ads. The simplest way to engage on content on LinkedIn is the like, the comment, and the share. Right here, these 3 buttons: like, comment, and share. However, I will coach you very deliberately that you never like, comment, or share content that you have not reviewed, if not completely read. Often what I will do is I will right click on an article and open it in a new tab. So I stay here, but then I can go up to that new tab and I can read the article that one of my professionals that I follow is sharing on LinkedIn. Read the article. At very least, you have to scroll through it to get an idea what it says. Make sure it's relevant to who you are and what you do. Before, I'm going to close this tab, before you go back and either like it, comment, or share it. Now, liking content on your newsfeed is a great way to tell the person who shared it, this would be Raina, tell her that you appreciate that she shared that article. Commenting on the article is a great way to get into the conversation. Commenting will allow me to tell Raina that I appreciate the article and my insights or my perspective regarding the article. This is a very simple statement. Thanks for sharing the article. I love the many co-working spaces around the Triad. And then I just hit share. Now, if I want to take Raina's article even further, I could take and hit the share button. Now, when I hit the share button, it's going to bring up a dialog box that's going to allow me to share it as an update to my news feed with whatever I want to say about it. It will allow me to tweet out whatever I share about it and the link to my Twitter account because I'm using Twitter, or I can turn that off. It will allow me to share this post into a group or groups that are relevant to this conversation. And furthermore, I can also send this directly to someone on LinkedIn. I'll use my buddy Kim Williams. There he is here. I can send that directly to Kim. I can also send it to my other friend, Steve Caton. If I just type in a few words and select from the list, And then I can type in a message to those, directed to those individuals regarding the article, which will be in the link, which will go to them as a LinkedIn message. So when you share, 3 areas pop up. Share as an update, which will go to your news feed. Share it to specific groups or group, and share it to an individual. I'm going to uncheck this because I don't want to send it to those groups, and I want to give you a little more insight about sharing an update. When you share an update, it's important. Tell the viewer why you are sharing this article. I'm excited to see the many co-working spaces around the Triad area, North Carolina. Fabulous place to collaborate and work. Fabulous places to collaborate and work together as well as alone when needed. And then I just hit the share button. And now that article got shared to my news feed so that others can see it. Like, comment, and share articles you find on the LinkedIn news feed is a great way to engage with your network. Remember, you want to engage your network with content that's relevant to who you are and what you do. Another way to engage your network, and I'll use this same article right here, is that I could mention someone or mention a company. So if this article is related to the downtown Winston-Salem area of co-working, Flywheel is an organization down there. So I could tag the company, Flywheel Co-working, by typing in the @ symbol and then Flywheel Co-working. And in Winston-Salem, then tag the person, Peter Marsh, who's one of the principals there, and reference them and the individual and the company in this post. And if I want to be a little bit more, interested, I can go CC and tag Andrea Howe, who is my main contact there. And this is called tagging or mentioning. And the way you do it is you use the @ symbol. The first character being an uppercase character, type in the name of the person or the name of the company, and then always select it from the list. And even better than that, I can backspace out Andrea's last name because she and I are friends and just say Andrea. This is called mentioning or tagging. Great way to engage with your network. I'm going to go back home and show you another area, actually 2 specific areas of LinkedIn where you can engage with your network. It's called the Ways to Keep in Touch, and it's usually over here on the right-hand corner, 15 ways to keep in touch. So I could scroll through here and like and message and skip. There's another way of doing this as well, and that is I could go up here to my network and click on Connections, and it brings up my connections down below here, but above that is ways to stay in touch. So I could comment on Katie's birthday, Gary's work anniversary, Carol's birthday, Wendy has a work anniversary, a birthday. I'm looking for one with a new job. There's usually some, if I could say see more right here. And so Marcus has a new job. So I can use this to say congratulations. Often what I do is I, again, right-click, open in a new tab, look at that person's profile to make sure that what LinkedIn is telling me is accurate. And then if you go back here, you'll see that, LinkedIn says she has a work anniversary. Go back over here. What I normally do is go look, and she started at Brady Train in November 2010. So yes, she does have a work anniversary. So then I can go up here and I can look at her contact information. I could either call her, email her, or send her a LinkedIn message and acknowledge, comment, refer to her work anniversary as a way to engage directly with Karen. So there's lots of different individuals here. Matt's birthday is tomorrow. Can just go through here. What I typically do is find people who are my most important viewers. These are the people that I want to do work with and or can refer me to others, called influencers. And I will very deliberately, a couple times a day for me, at least 3 or 4 times a week, I might go and engage with my most important viewers or the influencers in regards to this way to stay in touch with these people. Again, it's under My Network Connections. You have to wait for the screen to refresh for it to come up. It'll be above this box right here when it gets done refreshing. Or it's on the home page in the right-hand corner, 15 ways to keep in touch. And as you start working it, the list will go down to 14. So again, I could like, message, or go to his profile, call him, or email him. I like to do this work from the profile. That way I'm accurately referencing. Sometimes this is not accurate. Sometimes it might not be he has a new job. He may have just changed his title. Another way to engage on LinkedIn is from your companies or the companies that you're following from their company pages. One of the companies I'm following is BH Media Group. Here's BH Media Group. You know it's a company. It says right there, company. So I can go to the BH Media Group, and if they have current content, they do, this is 2 days old, then I may want to engage on this content. And all that's going to do is alert the marketing folks at that company that I engaged on their content. I can let more than just the marketing folks of this company know about me engage on this content if I share it. Like it and comment it generally only lets the marketing folks of this organization know I engaged on their content. However, if I share it, then I can put it out on my news feed. And when I do put it out on my news feed, I have the ability to tag individuals. So if I want to let my friend Lydia Joy know about this, there she is there, Lydia Joy Burkhoff, and I can just backspace out that and just refer to her as Lydia because she's a friend. And I can tag individuals with content that I find on another company page. And I can tweet it. I can go to post to groups or send to individuals. But again, something simple, something quick, something relevant to who you are and what you do and of interest to your network. It's a great content to find on your on company pages that you're following and company pages that are relevant to what you do. The other area of LinkedIn that you can engage on and engage with is in LinkedIn groups. So I'll go here to Insights, and then I can go to Groups. Right here's Groups. And in LinkedIn Groups, the LinkedIn group page is a very interesting page. There's the most active groups, and here's basically a compilation of the active groups and the content that's coming out of those groups. But I can be even more deliberate than that and go to My Groups, bring up my list of groups, and find the group that I want to get involved in and engage on. Let's go to Associates for Talent Development. And now I can basically the same thing. I can find content that is relevant to talent development because this is Association for Talent Development. Find content that's of interest to me, relevant to me, maybe useful to my network. I can like it and I can comment on it. What I can't do within a group is share it. There's no share feature from the group. However, I could right-click and open this in a new tab, and you will see that this article came from LinkedIn's publishing site, and I can share that content anywhere. Again, let me repeat. Any content that comes from LinkedIn Pulse or from LinkedIn Today, the publishing content, and it generally will almost always look like this, an image and a header. You'll see that I have a like, a comment, and a share button. The interesting thing about LinkedIn publisher content is I can share that on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. That can be shared anywhere. Again, great way to find content that may be relevant to who you are and what you do, of use to your most important viewer, and then share that anywhere you want to share it. And notice that came from this LinkedIn group. I can't share it from within this group, but once I go out to read it, I can. And again, I can comment here, I can like here, and when I comment, and you'll notice that when I comment, I can also tag members of this group, and specifically in this case, Dr. Maria, by @ uppercase D, Dr. Maria, if I learn to type, Maria, and there she is there. Thanks for sharing this article, Dr. Maria. and then I can just post that. And that's going to give Dr. Maria a notification in her upper right-hand corner letting her know that I commented on this article and that I also mentioned her. Another way to engage on LinkedIn is in LinkedIn groups with the content that's in those groups. Two more things to talk about. One is what kind of content to share. And again, I want to reiterate the content you want to share in LinkedIn, the content you want to comment on and like should be content that's relevant to who you are and what you do and of use to your most important viewer, which typically will be your clients, your customers, and your prospects. There are lots of different sources for content, and I'm not here to tell you how to create content, but I will tell you that you can go what's called curate third-party content if you're following blogs, reading websites and other places. Typically, when you find content on another website, there is a share button that you can share that content into LinkedIn as well as into LinkedIn groups and to your LinkedIn connections. So there's lots of ways to look for content. Typically, you'll get it from blogs or websites that you follow or read on a regular basis. Again, relevant to who you are and what you do and of use to your most important viewer. The last thing I want to show you is what I refer to as direct engagement. And direct engagement is when you do a one-on-one engagement. So I might go look at this at Marcus Eckhoff. If I go open his profile, then I'll see that he has a new job in Central Europe at CommScope. If I scroll down to his profile, I will confirm that he is now working for CommScope as of December 16th. So it in fact is a new job. So I can then make a decision. If I look at his contact information, I could email him or I could send him a LinkedIn message. Typically, I want to email them before I send them a LinkedIn message because often not everyone on LinkedIn is in LinkedIn all the time, but more often than not, they will get their email messages in their email. I'll show you another example, but go back to Karen. You'll see there's Karen's phone number. I could call Karen, I could email Karen, or I could message Karen. And depending upon my relationship with Karen, I'm going to use the one that is the most relevant and the best way for me to get in contact with Karen to congratulate her on her new job, or her new role, or her anniversary at Brady Train in this case. My point is this: you can engage one-on-one with LinkedIn often as easily as you can with your LinkedIn group through news feeds and company pages and LinkedIn groups. One-on-one engaging can be very powerful as well, especially when that person you're engaging directly with is a most important viewer, prospect, customer, client, or an influencer who can introduce you to a most important viewer. I just showed you lots of different ways of engaging on LinkedIn, from the home page to the news feed, in LinkedIn companies pages, in LinkedIn groups. I showed you ways to like, comment, share, how to mention people, mention companies. I showed you how to send messages directly to individuals, whether or not you send them a LinkedIn message, an email, or a phone call based on the way you want to engage with those folks. Engaging on LinkedIn is important. It helps you build a reputation. It helps you build a personal and a professional brand, especially when you engage on content that is relevant to who you are and what you do, and of use and of interest to your most important viewer. I hope you will look at these ideas. I hope you experiment with them and find ways for you to grow your business because you're engaging on LinkedIn.